Let's look at the whole subject of the divine. Just as for every human being, I know their name, their form, their occupation, their qualities, their address, and the more deeply I know them, the more I'm able to value them and respect them, and yes, even maybe love them. And absolutely the same principles apply in my journey to connect in Raj Yoga with the highest, the divine, the supreme, the sovereign, Raja, the master. I need to have information about all these various aspects to be able to meditate on God. And maybe one of the reasons that we haven't been able to experience God in our life is because we didn't have that clear information. And so now, let me explore these ideas. So just as I can experiment and actually discover for myself that I am this infinitesimal point of light, point of energy, the eternal, the being that is with no beginning and no end, but moves through eternity in its journey. Exactly in the same way, I identify many, many, many other human beings, not just as the human form, but as beings, as souls. And I can definitely see how each one is very, very different. Is it possible then to think of one soul who has the maximum of all attributes that are positive? Why not? Just as every soul is individual and has a different combination in different degrees of different qualities, there might be a soul with the minimum and there might be a soul with the maximum. So let me just explore that idea for a moment. A soul who has maximum love, truth, peace, and joy, purity, benevolence, altruism, understanding, the capacity to know all of these things within the one being. And to that being, we give the name the Supreme. Not many, just one. And the Supreme is the Supreme for all, not a different one for one religion and another one for another religion. We may know God by many different names, or we may call God by many different names, but in fact there is one who is the Supreme. By definition, that's how it works, the Supreme. And Supreme because we're talking about maximum qualification in terms of the attributes. The size is the same, just an infinitesimal point of light. And the interesting thing is that throughout history, through all the different traditions, this image of light has been used as an image to symbolize the divine throughout the world. And so different names, different forms, but that idea of light being a representation of the divine. So here we have a soul who has all attributes. Some would say there are 90 different names of God, and they would describe the different qualities. Maybe compassion would come high up on the list for them. Some would say that the qualities of God are so vast that you couldn't even turn the earth into paper, the whole of the earth. You couldn't turn the quills, the trees on the earth into quills, and all the water in the ocean into ink. And if you try to write the qualities of the divine, the praise of God, it wouldn't be sufficient. So people have different ways to express the same idea, the one who is the highest. And with human souls, there's one particular thing that you notice in yourself, I'm sure, but also in others. In the morning, I might start off very peaceful, and by the afternoon, things are a little bit hectic. By the evening, I've lost my peace completely. So even in the space of one day, or even in a few hours, I can swing from being peaceful to losing my peace, or I can move from love to neutrality, not concerned, unaware, or even a state in which there's bitterness and anger. So, although we have this goodness within ourselves, because we are not continually connected to that goodness, it means that our qualities fluctuate up and down continually. Our moods keep changing, our thoughts keep changing. But the divine, the supreme, the one who not only has all these positive attributes to the nth degree, so we use the term the ocean, unlimited, but also the awareness that those qualities are consistent, constant, and they'll never run out. A human being will run out of patience. God never runs out of patience. A human being will run out of compassion and have fatigue. But God will constantly have compassion and forgiveness and the concern for upliftment of each one. So two things that are different. Highest qualities, always there, unchangeable.